Hello, everyone. This week we are focusing in on the relational networks that we have in our lives, and a lot of times the missed opportunities we have to meet the needs of people who need to hear the gospel, people who need to know Jesus. A lot of times church folk will say, I simply just don't know a lot of non-Christians. Sometimes that's true, and that can be an issue. For me, for instance, when I was a worship pastor in southern Indiana, our house was literally on the property of the church. That meant my front door was about 30 yards from the front door of the church building. So I worked there, I lived there, I went to church there, and my friends and my relational network was all there. So if you didn't go there, I probably didn't know you. And that really kind of troubled me during my time there. So when we went to Chicago, and part of the reason for going to Chicago was my desire to really get to know people and work with folks who need to know Jesus differently or in different ways or for the first time than many of the people I worked with in the church. I had to start to my wife and I had to figure out the ways that we could connect with people around the neighborhood and the different opportunities we had to reach into people's lives and tell them about Jesus. Okay, so you've seen this Oikos mapping concept introduced in the other video, but I want to dig into not only the concept a little bit deeper, but also the specifics of the assignment that I want you to work on this week. Okay, so first of all, the word, you probably saw this in the other video. The word oikos means simply household or family, and it identifies those relationships, the network that you have already in your life, and we can map out and see specific areas where you can be the light, love, grace, and hope of Christ in the lives of other people. So here's mine, all right? This is the way we're going to start. First, you're going to start with you in the middle. Then I want you to identify at least 3 to 5 areas of your life that you regularly have interaction with people in a normal, consistent form. Okay? For me, Olivet, I work here, live here, seem like I'm here all the time. It's just life, right? You got a job. So whatever your job might be, okay? Our block, your neighborhood, where you are living, the apartment building, the home, those people who you see taking out the trash in the morning, those people who you wave to as you get your mail or you pull into the driveway, all those kind of people, your neighbors, those people you live with and around immediately. Then for me, the other area is always going to be something revolving around my kids, okay? And for me, it's the baseball league, okay? I have 4 sons, and I think last year we had 3 different baseball teams going during the summer, and then a tournament team, and then a fall team. It was crazy. But what that gave me was an opportunity to meet with people who I didn't live next to and who weren't a part of my job or weren't a part of my church. Okay? So I hope you can see all this. My marker's a little weak. But what I want you to do is identify some of those areas. Then, from there, who are the people that you meet in those contexts, right? Okay, so for me at Olivet, in addition to teaching this course, some of the courses that I get to teach are Christian faith classes, which is our senior level gen ed for non-ministry students, and really kind of missional because a lot of those students are even simply asking whether or not they believe, let alone, how are they going to serve in ministry. So they're just trying to figure out their faith. And it's really kind of a neat missional opportunity even within Olivet. So what I want you to do is color code this, okay? Because you're going to be able to identify these areas of your life based on the color code. So for me, I'm going to put red here, or maybe I won't because it's not working. I'm going to put green maybe. There we go. green as non-believers. Okay? And then from here, I'm going to identify the people in my life that I know need to know Christ. So, for instance, here in the Christian faith class, there is a student named Jake. And Jake is growing in his faith. He is learning, but he's not quite there yet. But he's a student that I've had a great relationship with, and there's an opportunity to show and share the gospel in Jake's life. Okay, the baseball league, right? There's a family in the baseball league named the Venardis. Okay, and Anthony is the dad. He's about my age. Sarah is the mom. Okay, and then they have Jake. Okay, their little guy's named Jake. Then there's also in the baseball league, there's the Bostics. Okay, and then there is the Blanchette. If you know Dr. Blanchette, Leon Blanchette, it's not him. It's another Blanchette. I'm pretty sure Dr. Leon Blanchette is quite certain in his faith. And then several others, right? The McPhails. Okay. So, families here, and then individuals out from there, all right? On my block, there is our neighbors, Greg and his wife, Shaquita. And I apologize, but I'm going to murder how to spell her name. So I'm just going to leave it there, okay? And then there is also our other neighbor named Steve. And then we got other people on our block we can get into as well, okay? So what I want you to use is one color specifically for people in your relational network that you know are not Christians. They don't even proclaim, they don't even question, they're not even there yet. They maybe even haven't begun to think about those things. Then, I want you to take another color, okay, of folks that you know, folks that you don't know for sure where they stand, okay? And then you take off from there. On you, there's other students, there's some church folk that, they're coming to church, but you're not really sure, all that kind of stuff, right? And do that for all of these various areas. Now, you may have several different, you may have where you live, your church, your job, your school, all this kind of stuff. Here, you may have more of those places where you interact with people, and that's fine. So just start there and then build it out. If I had another color that was functioning, I would use it as a third color for people that you know are actual believers. They have a faith in Christ. They're Christians. They're living for the kingdom. So you should have at least three colors. You can have more if you think there's another category. But one for non-believers, one for people you're not sure about, and one for people you know are Christians. Again, if I had three functioning markers, it would be a really helpful thing to show you that. But what I want you to do from there is color code the different areas of your life so that you can really identify, a lot of my relational network is with people who are already Christians in the church. That's not bad, okay? It's okay to have a relationship there. However, we want to see a balance between people that you need to invest in and minister to, people that you live life with, people that you work with on a regular basis. And then from there, what I want you to do is analyze the information that you found, okay? I want you to observe, okay, there's a lot of folks, there's a lot of my relational time that's spent with people who are already Christians, okay? Or maybe, I'm doing really well. I've got a really good basis of folks who are a part of my life and I'm a part of theirs, and they need to hear about the kingdom, and I can be missional and intentional and pray for those folks. This map then helps us identify who we can not only spend time with in life, but also who we can spend time praying for and on our knees for, constantly lifting up them and their families and their lives to the kingdom, for the kingdom, and to God in prayer. So, again, the details of the assignment: 3 different colors: believer, uncertain, and then for sure believer. At least 3 to 5, if not more, different areas of your life that you identify as places where you can regularly interact with people. And then out from there, you should have at least a couple, if not a few more, identified specific people that you can say are either Christian, you're not sure, or you know that they need to hear the gospel. Okay? And then I want to hear a story. I want you to tell me the story of a couple of these people. Okay? I want you to expand upon, say, for instance, if I were doing the assignment, I'd give a little bit into the story behind Greg and Shaquita, my neighbors, and then how I plan to and desire to be a part of their life as just neighbors on the block kind of thing. Or maybe it's some folks at church who you know are interested in doing this missional work with you, and how you can move them to thinking about the people in their network as well. Okay, so that's the goal. That's what you're working towards in the Oikos map. The ultimate idea is to get to a place where you see folks in your life who need to know Christ, and so that you can see where and who you have opportunities with to share the gospel. Maybe you're already doing that, and you can say, hey, I'm really proud of where mine is. Or maybe you can say, you know what, I spend a little too much time, or my relational network map is kind of dominated a little too much by folks who already know Jesus, and maybe I need to motivate them to do this missional work and have a missional mindset. I'm looking forward to seeing all of this from each of you. Let me know if you have any questions or if there's anything I can help you figure out. Talk to you soon.